we should be about live, waiting for confirmation as usual. Oh, it looks beautiful, a little piece of art. I think we're live.
Yep.
We are live? Excellent. Well,
Yep.
Luke isn't here yet, he's
Audio
still having dinner, so we can now insult his thumbnail behind his back. Anyone wants to go ahead?
Yes.
Insult it?
Behold, the thumbnail.
Oh yeah, it's just too clever.
Man.
I do love the old reference.
Gotta love
was
those
that?
poor mole men coming up to the baby. Elise is crushing down. Oh dear.
Thou not amused.
I have officially become a meme.
I'm afraid so, yes.
Yeah. A running gag that will never die.
True.
I'm not even sure why she's not amused now. Just because of the bad archery, I guess. You're offended. That's not how you hold a bow.
Does not approve of your archery.
But yeah, congrats on being the only one of us to show up on a thumbnail.
Yeah. just not amused with the baby shooting a blank in the eye. That's very unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, very unsportsmanlike. Yeah, that's why I'm not amused. You shot robotic in the eye.
Giving a bad reputation to a wonderful sport that should be taken seriously. And Sonic is Popeye, apparently. I am what I am. I am Sonic the Sailor Man.
Being brave hog.
Indeed. But that's for later when we talk about the comics, yeah.
Indeed you do.
But yeah, so welcome everyone to the latest Sonic Dissected. Back after a bit of a break. Well, I didn't take much of a break. I was working very hard. Including on a brand new scripted Sonic Dissected. So, chaotic cases dissected.
After 9 years in development, hopefully it'll be worth the wait.
Yeah! Had a bit of confidence problems, but finally jumped back in there, and it was worth it because I immediately got a big, giant comment saying mentioning everything I got wrong, so I'm immediately depressed again. I'm never going to make another I got all my facts wrong, as usual. What's up, Ewan?
Well, at least everyone was very happy to have a new Dissected after a long while. It's like, it's back! And other people saying, like, it's so funny because I was only just recently binge watching the old Dissected videos, and now suddenly, poof, a brand new one pops up.
How exciting, yes. Alrighty. But yeah, might be more coming later, but we'll see. Yeah, you guys have anything to mention? Some of you went on a big adventure in London today, although I don't have pictures for it.
It's fine. Basically, we only just went to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and I've been told sternly not to spoil it by Double Silly. Otherwise, she will basically pummel me to death when she visits in June. And I don't want to risk that.
Professor Snape killed Wart.
Yeah, I've seen it too. It's like, yeah, I liked it, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I liked it.
Yeah. Yes, I enjoyed it as well. Not perfect, but then again, it's like that sort of harmless, sort of kids-type fun movie that you get a lot of joy out of with all the references that you are fully aware of.
I'm kind of worried how busy is the movie because it feels like they're cramming in a lot of references.
Well, they do kind of throw references in, but it's definitely going like a mile a minute is the best way of describing it because there's so much going on, but yet it just, like, I suppose as our friend Aaron said, or Animated AF said, like, it's a 95-minute movie, but yet it just seems to go by in like 30 minutes.
I bet.
Yeah.
Well,
hi, I'm here now.
yes, there you are.
Hey.
Hi,
Okay,
Luke.
we can stop shit talking his thumbnail. Okay.
Yeah, we all think it's terrible, so bad job.
Yeah.
Poor Luke. And now we're spoiling Mario Galaxy for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was great.
Yeah. No spoilers, though.
No.
by order of Double Silly.
But yeah, the movie does have a decent flow to it. It doesn't cram too many things in it because there's Mario Sunshine and Galaxy and Odyssey.
It does have a lot of Mario references. As I said, it has a lot of references in it and a lot of surprises as well.
But the movie still has a decent flow despite of that because it feels like it's a little too crammed. It's kind of fascinating how Mario and Sonic are such a polar opposite in that regard. But yeah, sorry, Luke, go ahead.
Yeah, and also they held back on like all the pop musical references as well.
That was something noticeable. I mean, you get the odd one, but after that, it's just purely just video game theme type music.
Yeah, the first movie had about 200 references to a Mario music track, so I bet this one has plenty of those as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it basically slaps you across the face with it.
Yeah, well, Sonic only had Green Hill Zone and Live and Learn, and that's about it. Well, and Eggman once.
Yeah. That's kind of the sad thing about the first Mario movie. It's like, oh yeah, the musical references, and they're all given the proper credit, except for poor Grant Kirkhoff for the DK rap song.
Nope.
Kirkhope, yeah.
And also, if you listen to the original, what was supposed to be instead of Take On Me, it fitted so much better.
Yeah, the Rainbow Road remix.
Where Sportsack Kong was going to take Mario and Peter C. Cranky, and they were playing Take On Me. There was an original track for it, and it sounded much more fitting.
Yeah.
Annoying pop culture music all the time, yeah.
Executive meddling at its finest.
Yeah.
Alrighty, but yeah, it looks pretty good. So animation and visuals are great as usual. But yeah, I see a lot of the movie critics are all super negative about it.
I think you can tell they're not really big Nintendo or video game fans. I don't know why they picked them to review video game based movies.
That's a good question. I'm always wondering what they want out of a Mario movie. It's more social commentary.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like Mario is like one of those video game franchises that's never been big on stories. Like with the exception of RPGs or Paper Mario. But yeah, like the main Mario games, it's been so it's the same like princess gets captured and they gotta go save her and blah blah and all this other stuff. So yeah, it's not that deep into like lore or anything. So I don't know what people were thinking of when it came to like the Mario Galaxy movie. I was like, just same as before.
Galaxy is one of the few Mario games that do have the reputation of having a good story, even though I don't really agree with it much because it's mostly just backstory stuff, but fairy tale-y stuff. But Mario Galaxy does have a reputation story. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I mean, because that is kind of funny because Mario Galaxy is pretty much the only Mario game that actually gives a character a backstory, and of course that character being Rosalina, which I guess the movie kind of does the same thing, just different, but spoilers, so we're not going to get into that.
All right. And then we'll leave it at that before Sylvia kills me. Dun dun dun.
It kills me. I think she's going to kill me first.
Fair enough. She's planning to kill.
Yeah, I think she's already booking a ticket to fly over to slap you across the face and then just head back.
Indeed.
The world's most expensive slap.
Costs $400,000 to slap you across the face for 12 seconds.
And it was worth every penny. Poor Melty, no respect.
Yeah, especially with how stressful my time's been for a while. But I mean, I'm better mostly. But on the bright side, I'm planning to go to a convention coming up next week. So that's going to be the Comic Fest, Midwest Toys and Comics Fest. So I went there last year, so this year I'm definitely going to try and make it because there's actually going to be some Sonic voice actors that'll be attending. So hopefully I can go there.
All right, cool. Go ahead.
That's cool too.
And I will be attending SAC Anime again this month in a couple weeks. There is, in fact, two Sonic actors. But unfortunately, they are the singing voice of Sonic from Underground and Zavok, so nobody cares.
Not Manix, a singing voice? That's the...
No.
Poor Double D.
Still, if you had a copy of Sonic Underground, you could at least have him sign the cover of that.
I
Oh, yeah.
do, and I could.
But you're on the fence at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, like I've already been thinking of like, oh, I'm going to the Sonic voice actors I'm going to be meeting. Like, oh, what am I going to like have them sign or do? So let's see. So right now, yeah, there's only 3 that'll be attending the convention I'm going to, and that's Ryan Drummond, the original voice of Sonic. Crap, the other 2 I can't remember their names. So basically, the original voice of Shadow and the guy who did Knuckles for like, David Humphrey, and the guy who did Knuckles for SA2 and Heroes.
Scott Dreyer.
Oh,
yeah, Scott Dreyer.
Sonic
So
Adventure voice actors.
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah, so these 3. So
Encyclopedia.
Yep.
yeah, so I know. So already I know I'm gonna have one of them sign something, and that's gonna be my trade paperback of one of the Sonic Universe comics, and that's the 4-part Knuckles story. So I'm gonna get Scott Dreyer or whatever to sign that. Cause like, yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, like, he was definitely my first Knuckles when I got into the games, because Sonic Heroes was my first video game. So that'd be nice.
Are you gonna ask him to say I'm confused and then send the audio file to me so I have to use it in one of my cartoons?
I never thought of that. I had something else in mind, but that's a bit of a secret.
All right. So you have an evil plan. Dun dun dun. For one of the Archie file cases.
Oh yeah, Archie Sonic character files.
He's gonna make a cameo. Yeah. Anyone else has something to say? Elise, you had a good week.
Yeah, pretty good. I got my book. I fully edited my book, and so now I'm resending it to literary agents.
Cool.
Cool.
So it's really.
Hope that goes well.
Yeah, me too.
Guess we'll hear
And
it.
if nothing else, I can always self-publish.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can always do that. We got internet as a platform. Not that we get that many views, but any little bit helps, I guess.
Yeah. And then also there's my fan fiction accounts where I've built up a bit of a following, so...
There you go. And just write a new chapter for Land Beyond Time.
I still can't believe that's the one where I got the most popular! I still can't believe it!
Well, I mean, I imagine that has a fan base with like how many movies they've done and a short-lived TV show.
Oh, I'll tell you. Like when I started writing that back in college because I was just getting like really stressed out from all the heavy literature I had to read. So I'm like, you know what? I need an outlet. And so I started writing that fan fiction because like I want to recapture some of my childhood. So let's just see how this goes. I thought I was just going to get like maybe 10 or so views on this. I was in for a surprise. I had no idea how big that fan base actually was. So finally, it just blew up. And I'm just like, okay, so I guess this is what I'm mostly known for now.
Yeah, I feel like that's happening to me right now because I decided to join in on that recent meme of the Sneakers O'Toole bit that suddenly became a meme. So I'm like, okay, I'll just throw my hat into the ring. So I did one with the characters from the DOS game I Am Meme, I Am Mean, and somehow that post got like over 5K likes.
Yeah, and I gave you an Academy Award.
Yeah, because that's just crazy because I've never gotten that many likes on a single Twitter post.
Congrats. So yeah, Luca once did a I Am Mean fan dub, didn't you?
Oh God. Yeah, back in 2009. I sound like Mark Hamill on caffeine.
Good times. Right, shall we move on to Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog?
Sure.
Yeah.
Actually, real quick.
Yeah. Go
I want to briefly mention today's Sonic Speed Simulator update. Because no, that's Sonic Rumble. Sonic Speed Simulator is doing a Sonic Rush themed battle pass, or Sonic Rush Adventure specifically. They've added Johnny as a playable character. They've added Burning Blaze, and they have added in a water camo skin for Gemerald, which, funny enough, just like the water camo skin for Omega, gives them extra time underwater, even though they are both robots and can spend unlimited time underwater.
Whoops. That's silly.
But also, apparently, they've updated Omega, so now he can hover and he can shoot his guns.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that's going on, and then the Sonic Rumble thing. Recently they decided to do a Alice in Wonderland themed event apparently, and it has Amy dressed up as Alice. So I was a bit surprised. I was like, First Speed Simulator gave us Cream in an Alice themed outfit, and now this.
Yeah. So what's better, this or American McGee's Alice?
Well, I mean, I can kind of see like Amy doing as like McGee's version of Alice, but like for the classic, Lewis Carroll Alice, like that's definitely Cream. And I'm not just saying that because I follow an artist who did like a shit ton of fan art of Cream dressed up as Alice in Wonderland years before that became official in Speed Simulator. Shout out to Captain Quack, yay!
Shout out to Captain Quack.
Shout out to Captain Quack, yay!
Very well.
Yeah.
So that's the Sonic news for today. More excitement for the anniversary, I guess. All right, we're moving on to Sonic, the TV show. Adventures on Gadgets, Babysitting.
Yep.
All right, YTP. Do you guys have it ready?
Yeah, it's pinned in the...
Let's see. Oh yeah, this is the one I tried to do. Yeah.
Okay.
And you gave up and did something else.
Don't spoil it.
Okay, you said it's pinned, right?
Yeah, it's the Halo one.
Remember, I always post videos because I have higher files.
Because my videos are always too big to fit on Discord. I can't be bothered getting through.
And only one of us has Nitro.
Yeah, sorry, I was confused because I saw it was under Sala, so... Sorry, I was confused for just a minute.
I'm confused. Yeah, just can't be bothered with Nitro. Waste of money.
Indeed.
Yep.
Nitro sauce.
Nitro sauce. Everyone ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Ready.
3, a 2, a 1, a go.
And now for something completely different.
Now I have ice for generations and generations and generations and generations. Stop!
I released Tails. What? Who saved Amy? What? Well, Tails saved Sonic Toast.
Wow! My first creation to truly rival you.
Not anymore.
Hey, fuck you, man.
What do you want us to do with these babies, Dr. Robotnik? Cook them.
It is not amused.
One of my darkest gags, yeah.
Oh, great. So playing. Yeah? Oh, wait, it's not playing.
Yeah, I mean, you have no idea how tempting it was to throw in a reference to the Chairman 45 with that bid. Because, like, in his version, it's the classic, what is to do with these babies, Dr. Robotnik? Fuck them.
Oh,
God.
Denise would definitely not be amused.
Nor would anyone else.
So there's that, and then I think it's Idich Vader also did a version where he just said, "What do you want to do with these babies? Take care of them." So of course I went with the dark route.
Cook him.
But yeah, that intro was definitely. I don't know if it was just an episode that just wasn't click with me, or I was just dealing with burnout. So I just like, okay, I mean, like, hey, Sonic and Lego Dimensions, that's gonna turn 10 years old this year. So I always wanted to try and experiment with that. So let's do that. So hey, at least it's not a complete cop out.
Fair enough. It was so fun.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe next time I'll take a break from doing the intros for the next stream.
Yeah, you done a lot. Maybe it's my turn again.
Yeah, I'll try and see if I can come up with something since things have mellowed out a bit.
All right, cool. Looking forward to it. I'm going to reset Discord for a quick bit. Sorry about that. We're back.
These new icons.
Sorry, Elise. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Around the screen.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
I hadn't even paid attention to that.
Roger having fun again.
Yeah, Drew has
It was so
basically some,
derpy.
interesting face expressions again.
Yep.
Losing.
Yeah, just looking forward to seeing which ones they are referencing.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll find out, I suppose.
I'm sorry, Sally. You look like one of those. It's from the Spy Kids movie. One of those like Fooglies when they got.
Oh.
Sorry.
That was turned to Wallace.
It's been ages since I've been seeing that film.
Classics.
Yep. And I'm just gonna say, I think Ewan actually looks pretty cool in the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog style.
Yeah.
Probably
It seems-
because
he
I'm
looks
the
very
only one who
fitting.
could get away with it.
Probably. So it's easy for me. I got a lot of details wrong.
That looks like Wallace.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, Roger, I see where you got your reference from.
Yep. Oh, one thing, the picture of Elise is not based on the screenshot. That screenshot I drew Elise based on is still coming. So there's still one surprise left. But yeah, nobody was going to do a synopsis for this episode, so we're just going to have 5 minutes of silence now.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
It's
Now bow your head.
Yeah, I guess
I guess
I'll
we're not.
do it. Although I have to do the timing
Do
of the
it
visuals
all.
and talk at the same time, so it's going to be a disaster. But
Do it.
I'll try. So, one wonderful afternoon. Scratch and Grounder are going to destroy the dam with a bomb, but of course they get themselves stuck in some glue and they blow themselves up. But they still succeeded in exploding the dam, so 1-1. One of the rare moments they have a success. Anyway, all the beavers are panicking because water's coming at them. Well, one of the beavers steals Tails' future airplane to quickly write "Sonic, come quick" message in the air. Sonic, who happens to be cleaning his shoes at the moment with the panther, sees the message and immediately speeds. No, doesn't speed. Starts talking with Tails first. But regardless, he still comes in time to rescue everyone. How nice. As a reward, they're going to give Sonic a wonderful barbecue, but as a not reward, he has to wait first, and while waiting, because he needs to get the supplies, he has to babysit a bunch of babies, who are, of course, in pure cartoon style, nightmares. So they immediately start crying, throwing stuff around. Sonic needs to feed them, so he gives them sandwiches and spaghetti, because of course he does. He knows everything about babies. The babies, of course, refuse to eat it, up until he shoves the spaghetti into a bottle, and then they do eat it happily. So, sure, why not? Anyway, Scratch and Grounder, who have to walk home, not out of punishment, just because Robotnik is a dick, I guess. But they happen to walk across the town and the house where Sonic and Tails are babysitting and overhear them having trouble. So they think, "Mwahaha, let's kidnap the babies." So, even though they really should just let Sonic babysit because they're doing a way better job of defeating Sonic than they ever could, Sonic is actually the victim of slapstick, which is nice to see because it happens rarely. And of course, doing the whole catching dishes routine. But yeah, Scratch and Grounder set up a plan. While Sonic and Tails are walking around with the babies like dogs, the Scratch and Grounder dress up like a woman who's about to be killed by a steamroller. And while Sonic is immediately figuring out it's Scratch and getting him killed, Grounder secretly kidnaps the babies and replaces them with wonderful little puppets who really fall apart, which I really like. Because the visual of babies losing their heads is always fun for me and my dark sense of humor. Anyway, suddenly Scratch and Grounder have a random Zeppelin, even though I'm pretty sure they were walking before, but I guess whatever. It's a German Zeppelin, I think, by the flag colors to see. So I guess they quickly went by Germany for a while. But yeah, the babies immediately escape and start causing trouble in the Zeppelin, of course. Scratch and Grounder call up Robotnik, who's in the shower, starts yelling at them, and we get plenty of nightmare fuel. The babies escape, cause more trouble. we're shockingly not doing a reference to that old movie, which the name escapes me now. How I used to love the bomb or something. So we get Doctor Strangelove. Doctor Strangelove, that's the one. Because we don't see Scratch and Grounder use the cowboy hat or something, but yeah, they do fall with a bomb downwards. But yeah, unfortunately, the bomb doesn't fall in the town and kills millions of people. So unfortunately, the babies don't have a death count yet, although they're probably working on it. Anyway, the Zeppelin crashes into Robotnik's base. The babies cause more trouble. They freeze Robotnik, and then we get a very unsightly shot of them licking Robotnik, which will probably make at least very uncomfortable. Did for me. Anyway, Robotnik sets up a trap. The babies are in a cage in front of above a death trap, and he immediately lets them drop to their death, which I thought was cool, except it sadly was a hologram. Ah, what a shame. No dead babies. Anyway, now Sonic and Tails jump into the hole and get trapped because he closes up the ceiling so he can't fly out. But the babies escape and immediately shoot the laser and accidentally kill Sonic. Oh wait, he doesn't. They just shoot the ceiling. I guess they knew about the ceiling. Lucky. I'm not sure how they knew that from above, but whatever. Cartoon logic. Anyway, we finally get a joke about Sonic's Gotta Juice because the babies immediately start shooting at him with milk. So nice to see the Gotta Juice actually got a joke for once. Robotnik is drilling the dam again because he still wants to destroy the city with water. Sonic can't stop him because the drill machine electrifies him, which makes him unable to turn into a ball. Suddenly the babies get superpowers and start instead attacking the ship, the drill, and they win. The father finally comes back with a barbecue, and the end. Oh wait, Sonic screws up and says he loves babysitting, and now he has to take care of the babies for weeks. And then he laughs at the stupid joke, forgetting that he's going to be stuck for months in that house now. The end. And then we get Sonic Says, where he shows Tails all the wonderful ways he can get babies killed by hot water and electricity. So thanks for the tip.
But sadly, no cooking babies.
Yeah, well, that was my terrible synopsis. Any questions?
Yeah, those babies were really vicious, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those typical episodes in the show, like, oh, the main character has to take care of, like, the baby, and yet, like, the baby is, like, from hell, and it's causing, like, chaos and havoc for them, and yada yada.
Not a good
Sometimes the
argument to compare to, no.
adult would come in and the baby would blame the main character.
They didn't do that routine, fortunately, but yeah.
Ah, yeah, they didn't do that routine, yeah.
It's really confusing for me that one of the babies had the same voice as Coconuts. Like, it's like such a distinct voice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess they have to give the voice actor something to do since Coconuts himself barely appears.
It's kind of funny that, like, this is the Sonic that, does Sonic Says at the end of every episode, and he seems incredibly mature and, like, wise and stuff. And this episode, he just has absolutely no idea how to take care of a baby.
Nope.
Yeah. Especially how he keeps calling them babes, which is kind of, like, disturbing.
Yep. Oh, well.
Also, we learned that this incarnation of Sonic the Hedgehog is actually a ladies' man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we already kind of knew he has a girlfriend every year.
Yeah, well, then it's like, Tails says, like, you said you like babes. He says babes as in girls, not as in babies.
It's quite different than the other Sonics,
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, this version of
when I
Sonic
was
gets all the chicks.
I remember when I was a very little boy and I tried to rent out the movie Babes in Toyland with Keanu Reeves, and the shopkeeper, I don't think, wanted to rent it out to me because the word babes might mean, like, I don't know, hot women or something, but we convinced them it's not, it's actually referring to children.
Is that a Keanu Reeves movie? I thought it was like a Laurel and Hardy movie or something.
No. It was a movie where Keanu Reeves going into this magical Toyland with this old man who's implied to be Father Christmas.
That's a rare movie I've never seen. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, there is a Laurel and Hardy movie that's, like, doing their adaptation of Babes in Toyland, which, from what I remember, it's one of the few Laurel and Hardy stuff that's in the public domain.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And that's your Melty Man trivia of today. Go ahead, Sala.
I've also seen that Keanu Reeves movie. I didn't know it was Keanu Reeves until, like, last year.
I guess I was still in this Bill and Ted phase or something.
And like he he's not even the main character. He's like a side character. So it really caught me off guard when I found out that was him.
Is he one of the babes?
I guess.
All right.
He is one of the people that gets trapped in Toyland.
All right.
The thing that always, like, there's like certain things in that movie that I always remember randomly, like the fact that everyone has a driver's license and it is a cookie.
Okay.
And the main characters were from Cincinnati and they have a song about it.
Dylan lives in a bowling ball.
Yeah, driving around in cookies. So does that mean they all have, the magic cookie from Sonic Underground?
The magic cookie.
Man, that's a terrible cover. It looks like a bad romantic movie.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Sonic Underground, this episode seems to be like a prequel to Three Hedgehogs and a Baby.
Yeah.
Because in that one, Sonic has experience with babysitting.
Seeing Sonic stuff spaghetti into baby bottles, I wonder if that's how baby Italians get fed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Baby Mario was fed as a baby.
Yeah.
Baby Luigi, especially. Lots of spaghetti.
And I'm surprised that Robotnik never thought to get Sonic with a falling cup by dropping a cupboard on him.
Yeah, babies are more successful than Robotnik ever was. Sorry, Melty, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Then, of course, the episode also introduced us to Robotnik's real favorite creation, his ducky brush.
Yeah, such a fondness for that.
Before the babies.
Yeah,
really
you're my favorite.
Yeah, those expressions he makes in the shower are rather horrifying.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah, when he, suddenly has sharp teeth in one scene here.
And when he's yelling, he has a mouth as big as Big Mouth Fred.
Hey, maybe they're related.
So, really, is a Sonic Underground prequel.
Also, I think it was funny, after Robotnik had captured Sonic and Tails by getting them to fall down the hole, it's funny that... Oh, no. I just saw what you drew. So, the babies were actually surprisingly competent in saving Sonic and Tails.
Oh my god!
Yeah, okay, there it is.
Hold on.
Why would you do that?
That's why.
Right. Well, explains why Roger had to draw you looking like that as opposed to using the original one he planned on you going to use.
Oh.
I'll remove it quickly then.
Okay, now I've seen it.
Yeah, nice little touch of.
I like the Silver the Hedgehog brush.
Yeah.
He definitely has the. Looks like Mama Robotnik in her younger days.
Sure.
Oh, no. Are you comparing me to Mama Robotnik?
Just a drawing of you.
I mean, well, now I think it almost kind of looks like Ursula in a way. It's like the way the mouth is designed.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that sound.
Yeah, that's what happens when she's really not amused.
I guess this is what I get for being the only girl on the live stream.
Poor Lise.
Most of the time.
Yeah, we got Tiger.
Yeah, we got Tiger. Yeah, we need more female representation. I don't know, maybe bringing Steph one day. That could be a fun one.
I guess we can bring Steph along someday, yeah. Sure.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna curl up in the fetal position and...
I'm so sorry.
Traumatized.
Poor Lise is traumatized.
Anyway, the babies were like incredibly competent when saving Sonic and Tails. They remembered the machine that they used to freeze Robotnik, and they're like, oh, it's got that reverse setting. We should use that to melt the metal so that they can escape. And it's just like, wow, the babies are suddenly very competent. I guess they won't cause any more problems.
Nope.
Yeah. I guess
That
they must
was-
have watched. They must have watched Baby Geniuses.
And that was quickly disproven. The moment they were out of there, they were menaces once again.
Just a couple
Yeah,
seconds.
playing doctor and throwing golf balls at Robotnik. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a typical theme of
there
the
was-
2 episodes. The side characters are very competent. Go ahead.
There was a part where, as the babies were taken away, we see a side look of Sonic, who looks rather happy, and then he turns to Tails. I mean, Sylvia made a very good joke where he goes, "Oh, glad those kids are away," and he goes to Tails, "Why are you still here? You're a kid too. Go away."
He looks very happy. Yeah, I can't blame him after that opening sequence. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, the reference of that one picture for Sana.
Yep, he's the Beavis Beaver.
One thing that I thought was kind of funny was like Scratch and Grounder kidnap these babies for like seemingly no reason, and then report back to Robotic. I'm like, oh, how are they gonna twist this into something positive? But no, he's just happy that they kidnapped babies because that's evil.
Well, that's
And
Robotnik
so
for
he's
you.
like, he's like proud of them for kidnapping these babies. But the moment they get there and he actually sees the babies, he's like, "Who are you?"
I guess Robotnik has short-term memory loss in this episode.
Yeah.
He's just used to for them usually only steal the candy of the babies, not the babies themselves.
I don't know if it was due to the audio or the way that Robotnik phrased it, but there was a bit where the kids were messing around with the ice laser blast or something, and Robotnik goes, I think he's meant to say, "Get away from that, you little pest." But the way he says it sounds like, "Get away from that, you little pest."
Like, no, he's definitely saying pest.
Yeah.
All right, it
Just
sounded a
your
lot
British
like.
ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe your video had a bit of an audio error. So it may sound like,
Yeah, maybe
"Get away
he's
from
watching
that,
like
you
an
little
old
pest."
record. Maybe he's watching the Toon Disney version with the low quality audio or something.
Who knows? Yeah.
I'm also kind of surprised. It was surprisingly nice of Robotnik to hold the babies for ransom instead of disposing of them.
Guess he likes
Yeah.
him money more than just pure evilness. He's pragmatic.
Yeah, when they asked what to do with the babies, he says, "We'll return them to their parents." I'm like, "Oh, that was nice for a fee, of course." I mean, yeah.
Yeah, for a price, of course.
There's also
Jesus
another
Christ.
ability that I'm surprised Sonic has, is that he could use his quills for lockpicking.
Yeah, stealing another job from Manic. Not very nice of Sonic.
Yeah, because we
Well-
all know Manic is the MVP.
Yeah.
Naturally.
If he's not around, we got to make do.
Besides,
Yeah.
Manic is able to use a safety pin. Like Sonic had to use one of his quills. So
Yeah.
Manic
Yeah.
didn't have to mess up his hair.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
the job
and of course
and
Manic
saluting
being
the
the, and of course Manic being the better babysitter, and could possibly be a good father figure in a way. Yeah.
Indeed. Well, besides the stealing part of it, that's not very good for a kid's
Yeah.
worldview.
Well, hey, the whole stealing part didn't start to get phased out as the series continued, so at least there's that.
That's true.
He became more selective about what he pickpocketed. So
It's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growing as a person. Yeah, anything else? Anyone else
Well,
wants to...
Robotnik's giant drilling machine makes me think of the Hag 1 from Banjo 2 years before it actually existed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, with the treads and the big drill. Yeah. The only thing that's missing were the copious amounts of random trivia questions.
Yeah.
It also kind of resembles one of the Sonic 2 bosses, I think, especially with the big glass bowl in front of it. Like, oh, here's the part
Oh
where you
yeah,
hit the boss.
yeah, the first boss in Sonic 2. Yeah, maybe that's what they were
The
going
egg-
for.
The egg drillster.
There you go. Of
Which
course,
I
it's a
love
Sonic
that
game.
in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Eggman's car is just called the Egg Drillster Mark II.
It was his first car. His first love.
Yep.
The scene where the baby puts the bomb in Grounder's mouth and it
Yes.
explodes. That's how I feel right now.
Exploded? Oh dear.
Just
especially with how the bomb looks like a giant cigar. Yeah.
And he inhaled too much.
Oh no, we're getting
Yeah, I
released
mean,
to
we did-
smoke. You're gonna have a very.
I don't smoke, but it's just after what happened. After what just happened here moments ago.
Yeah, well, I guess Grounder clearly didn't remember the his Sonic 6 segment of, drugs are bad.
Missiles are worse. Oh well, I didn't get a chance to spit it out, I guess.
Although it's very interesting how Melting Man's just reacting to what happened to Grounder. Like, good.
Melting Man shocked, yeah.
It's just like, "Dude, we got this."
That's a huge ass cigar.
You see, kids, this is why smoking is dangerous.
Exactly.
It might be.
Yeah, if you do them, you're bad because drugs are bad. Okay.
Because drugs are bad.
Thanks, Mr. Mackey.
I think it's
Go ahead.
I think it's kind of funny that after the babies drop Scratch and Grounder out of the blimp, Grounder has to fly them back up. It's kind of ironic that Grounder can fly and Scratch can't.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Especially considering E108 Iota and E109 Kappa, where it's the opposite.
Oh yeah, little plug-in for my recent RT Sonic character files, where me and you had talked about all the E-Series robots. Which, yeah, that is kind of funny. I didn't make that connection of oh, they look like Scratch, Grounder, and Coconuts, and yeah, I don't know. I guess it's because the new timeline already has Scratch, Grounder, and Coconuts. Yeah.
So naturally, we didn't do the connection very well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that episode was been in development for a freaking year, so.
How come?
I think it was. I suppose it felt like a year, even though it's probably more like several months at most.
Yeah.
5.
Oh yeah, maybe. It's been 5 years.
It's been 84 years, but we finally got it out.
Yeah, we finally finished the E-Series episode on RT Sonic character files. Now I can go back to pestering Ewan about that Neo Metal Sonic figure he still has yet to mail me.
Oh boy.
Yay!
Poor Ewan.
Very desperate to get that figure. Yeah. Debating
yeah, but I imagine it's been collecting dust in your room or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also this case of the tariffs and such. It's
yeah, damn tariffs.
Be an issue.
It's no good. No.
I don't notice. Sorry, I just want to notice how terrible, how ugly those Beaver townsfolk are.
Naturally.
Yeah. I think this was years before we got Fastidious Beaver, and yeah, I think that's it. There's not that many Beaver characters in official Sonic videos. That's another rarity of species.
I mean, 2 of them kind of look like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, he does. Must be deliberate. It is 1993 after all.
Well, I'm happy that I'm not the ugliest creature in Sonic.
Very nice.
Yeah, you can do it for a good one.
Nah, we got
Also,
all the walruses from Sonic Boom. Those are ugly ass.
Also, I'm pretty sure that one with the stubble is the one that Wes Weasley was selling the blank encyclopedias to.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he turned into a beaver.
Yes.
And my last note for this episode is just there's a moment at the beginning where they're discussing their plan to blow up the dam, and Grounder mentions that they're gonna flood the valley, and the camera just straight up pans past a village. Because I assume it was supposed to show that, oh, there's a village there. All those people are going to have their homes flooded. They're going to drown or have their lives ruined. but instead it just pans right past him to focus on the horizon. Thanks, editors. You nailed the joke there.
They drew a beautiful background. They just want to show it off. I can understand.
Yeah.
I do like the color scheme of this episode. Nice and yellow.
Yeah.
With the green.
All nice and yellow to make it all.
Oh my god, a yellow sky. Is that a children's
It also like at the end how the babies know 90s slang, like crunk.
Oh, of course, who doesn't know?
Yeah.
It's all radical, dude. Right, shall we move on to Honey, I Shrunk the Hedgehog?
I suppose we shall.
Yeah, just gotta wait for Salah to upload his.
It's uploading. It's a big one.
What, like 200
Even with
megabytes?
Nitro, it still takes a while.
No, it's 61 megabytes, but still.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay.
Okay, yep, there it is.
The moment of truth. All right, you folks got it?
Got it.
Can I?
Got it.
One sec.
Then counting down in a 3, a 2, a 1, a go.
Roger!
You were expecting someone else?
Coal!
Vending machines.
Vending machines? Vending machines?
Vending machines. My lizard-eating pet bucket will take care of that micro-lizard bucket pet-eating menace. Welcome, my itty-bitty citizens. Keep that oil pumping, keep that timber falling, keep that oil falling, keep that timber pumping, keep that coal. What the f***? An oil tanker for you. Crushed to death. Stop lying around, you chicken. There's more come.
Was that a JoJo's reference?
Oh, that was
There- There's the
Yeah,
JoJo's reference.
Well done, well
Yeah,
done.
speaking of jokes that'll never die.
Oh my gosh, there was a JoJo's reference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
it's always. In some ways, I feel like if I'd done this intro, I probably would have come up with a little more active. Because, like, one idea was maybe have, like, Robotnik's sentence mix to say, like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 2 is complicated.
Can say that
you
again.
know what's funny is if Melty and I had switched YouTube poop duty for this episode, I would have made the same joke because in the previous episode there was a steamroller. And like the whole oil tanker thing was exclusive to the JoJo OVA. In the manga and the anime, it was a steamroller. So I would have made the same joke.
It was inevitable. Our fate could not be changed. Funny how that goes.
Yep.
Indeed, do.
Yeah.
All right, who has synopsis duties today?
Oh, that is also me. Sorry about that. Our story begins at Robotnik's Fortress, where the not-so-good doctor is entrusting the construction of his newest machine to the least capable bots around, Scratch and Grounder. Scratch needs a 50,000-watt battery, which looks suspiciously like Grounder's head. Scratch, mixing the two up, decides to violently rip off Grounder's head before welding it to the machine, then placing the battery atop Grounder's headless body, causing it to go haywire. Luckily, when it crashes into the machine, Grounder's head and the battery end up swapping places, so everything worked out. Robotnik reveals the machine to be his new super shrink ray, which he plans to use to shrink down major Mobius cities and store them in glass containers. Hold on, I'm getting a cease and desist from DC Comics. Anyway, at a nearby coal mine owned and operated by needlessly Scottish moles, the foreman is concerned about his workers' slow pace, and so he hires Sonic the Hedgehog to teach them how to be fast. Sonic's solution is to give everyone a pair of his legendary sneakers and Sonic-themed mining helmets. We should get one of those from Elty. Somehow this plan works, and the mole's production improves drastically. Meanwhile, back at Robotnik's fortress, the evil genius's plan is working wonderfully. He is exploiting the shrunken people down to extract their natural resources he needs, and the only thing he's missing is a coal mine. What a coincidence! Scratch and Grounder fire the ray at the exact coal mine Sonic and Tails were helping, and they get shrunk along with it. Tails somehow realizes they're shrinking, despite being in a cave that is also shrinking along with them, so I don't know what his point of reference is there. The beam pulls the entire mountain to Robotnik's fortress and deposits it in the dome, where the egg-themed villain immediately tells them to get to work. Sonic thinks better when he's running, so he takes off. Reaching the edge of the dome, Sonic tries to slice through, but to no avail. Thankfully, the moles also have red shoes and blue hats, so obviously they can spin dash too. And they all work together to transform Sonic's usual buzzsaw into a chainsaw. Outside the dome, Robotnik has Scratch and Grounder pull out a newly filled oil tanker and unshrink it, which immediately crashes down onto Scratch. After Scratch recovers and drives off, Sonic and the mole successfully break through the dome. Tails reports that the shrink ray can unshrink things, and they immediately set course for the machine. A large distance at their size, but Tails is more than capable of carrying Sonic. Unfortunately, they end up in my absolute worst nightmare and get caught up in a spider's web. Yeah, missed me with that shit. Thankfully, Sonic is able to cut their way out of the web and even tie up the poor spider in its own web. What, just because I'm terrified of spiders doesn't mean I want bad things to happen to it. However, Tails' tails are still webbed up, meaning he can't fly, which means they'll have to run the rest of the way. Oh no, Sonic the Hedgehog has to run somewhere? How will he manage? Robotnik, watching over his miniaturized production, notices the hole in the dome and begins searching for the escapees, where he discovers Sonic and Tails. He tells Scratch and Grounder to immediately drop what they're doing, which Grounder takes a little too literally and drops a bunch of I-beams on Scratch's head. The bots quickly begin their search as Sonic and Tails get within a few yards of the shrink ray, which is still quite a distance for them. Even at their size, Sonic can still perform his usual slapstick shenanigans and cause hell for the dumb bots. Grounder decides to unleash his pet lizard, which I guess is a thing he has, sending the relatively kaiju-sized reptile after our shrunken heroes, but Sonic dispatches of it easily. Just as they're almost to the shrink ray, however, Robotnik appears with just a normal vacuum cleaner and sucks up Sonic and Tails as we cut to commercial. When we come back, Robotnik is gloating over his victory. He attempts to crush the vacuum bag, dating this episode by quite a lot. But Sonic finds a screw amidst the dust and stabs Robotnik on the nose. Sonic and Tails then use a piece of tape to glide away because that's how physics works, I guess. The half-pint heroes make their way to the shrink ray, but Robotnik threatens to hit the dome with an earthquake that will, and I quote, turn their cities into jello. An odd brand endorsement, but get your bag, Robotnik. To Robotnik's complete surprise, this threat works, and Sonic surrenders without a fight. Robotnik picks the two of them up and drops them into an Erlenmeyer flask and pops a cork into it, declaring them his new pets, and when he grows bored of them, pet food. Meanwhile, the moles have unionized against Robotnik and have gone on strike by digging a hole down into the mine and through the table. They get some grappling hooks out of nowhere and use them to scale the desk where the flask is being kept. After failing to tip over the flask, because obviously they don't have any leverage for that, Sonic comes up with an idea to tie a rope around the leg of Robotnik's pet rat and have the rat knock over the flask, where the moles can struggle to remove the cork. Sonic begins rolling the flask towards the edge of the desk in an attempt to break it, though Tails brings up the possibility of also breaking their necks. That was surprisingly dark. However, Scratch spots them and manages to catch the flask before it hits the floor. Sonic easily baits him into opening the cork in order to glow, and Scratch shares a rare moment of self-reflection. After he and Grounder spend a bit of time trying to throw each other under the bus, Robotnik orders them to focus on the task at hand and catch Sonic. The three of them finally manage to corner our heroes, and are just about to swat them like flies when the moles reappear and begin literally ankle-biting Robotnik. Sonic gets the idea of entering inside the Robotniks and inside the robots and takes them over from the inside. Looks like he beat Plankton to that one. Just as Robotnik has captured the moles, the newly piloted Scratch and Grounder begin tormenting him. Tails even winds up Grounder's drills, which before today's episodes I had begun to suspect were just for show this whole time, and performs the most horrifying version of Concho. Sonic has Scratch begin punching Robotnik with his own glove. Apparently Robotnik's hand has never seen the sun because it is completely white. Sonic returns the moles to the dome with all of the other shrunken people, while Tails reverses the polarity of the shrink ray before they both abandon their temporary mech suits, returning to normal size. The coal mine is returned to its original size and location. As for the other places Robotnik shrunk, Tails says they're back. Trust us, bro. Sonic then uses the shrink ray to miniaturize Robotnik himself, who spouts his catchphrase before running away from a giant cockroach wearing clown gloves. Sonic and Tails return to the coal mine, where Tails hands out more Sonic-themed mining caps. Everyone just tosses the empty boxes onto the ground, but Sonic reminds them and the children they need to recycle. And I'm reminding them that recycling is the lowest tier of the waste management hierarchy, and is only so important because the higher tiers would cut into corporate profits, so they try to push their responsibility onto you. Thank you.
I suppose with the cycling thing, you don't know which one is like the paper one and which one's the plastic one.
I mean, I think they were all just cardboard boxes anyway, so
Yeah,
I don't think it matters.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the bins around in England.
Yeah, I know. I know there's like some areas where like in my area, like the recycling bin in my old hometown, there were like different like slots. Like, oh, you put glass here and the cardboard here, blah blah blah. But I think nowadays they don't do that anymore. You just chuck it all into one bin.
Well, last year the British government just gave us like 3 bins, and like sometimes we have trouble like working out which one to put them in and which days to put them out.
It's not easy, no. Anyway, this episode's kind of odd to say that anyone who wears Sonic sneakers immediately has his speed, or at least approximately.
Yeah. And the way they wear their hats brings back old memories of Summer of Sonic, when they used to give out like those Sonic headwears. Do you remember them, Ewan?
Yeah. Still got mine.
Why didn't we turn into a chainsaw then?
Because we weren't coordinated.
Yep.
They were.
They didn't give out the shoes either.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah,
They
no.
need to unionize.
Shame on us.
Indeed.
I just want to point out at the very beginning, like, it just literally starts with, instead of Scratch just taking Grounder's head off, he just violently rips it off like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can imagine like a voice going, "Fatality, flawless victory."
Yeah.
It's pretty intense, yeah. Poor Grounder.
I suppose they can get away with it because it's a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the thing, like especially with like Samurai Jack or TMNT. It's like, oh yeah, they're fine. Like brutal damage is like, sure, as long as they're all robots. Yeah.
Can be as violent as we want. Yeah. Also one Batman episode, I think. Yeah. The escape trick for 90s writers.
Oh yeah, and then that cockroach that chases after Robotnik. It's like when I was looking at it, it's like, oh wait, that actually looks quite similar to like back in the previous episode when Robotnik laments about Mr. Bobo was more than a pet.
He does seem to have a lot of pets in that episode, right? With the rat and all that, and the lizard. I guess the writer of that episode really loves giving them pets. Oh well.
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, back to this episode again. The moles. Yeah, yet again, surprisingly efficient partners for once. Usually Sonic's villagers he has to deal with the episodes aren't so useful, but both the babies and the moles are kicking a lot of ass.
Yeah. I noticed that they made the 4-man Scottish. I thought, being as they're miners, I thought they would be Welsh.
Yeah,
True.
but Americans don't know too much about UK. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if this episode was like made in British or whatnot, they would definitely have thrown in a Doctor Who reference with like that, with how they constantly say, "Oh, it'll reverse the polarity" and blah blah blah. So it's like, they'll just throw in the third Doctor's catchphrase of "reverse the polarity of the neutron flow."
Not to mention Sonic screwdriver reference, of course. Go ahead, Sonic.
Naturally.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say.
All right.
Poor Sarah.
And Elise is leaving for a bit, so I guess we'll.
Yeah. Think she's still traumatized.
Sorry.
With Robotnik looking over his glass city, I was like, he may have taken some ideas from the bottle city of Kandor.
Yeah. and I definitely stole that joke for my synopsis.
Yes.
How dare you?
And when you look at the map itself, it was like, is that one of those old video games where you have a level select screen?
Yeah, which could be the Sonic CD level select. Oh wait, so Sonic CD didn't really have select. He just saw the world map in the PC version. But yeah, it does look like a 90s world select screen. Yeah, especially
well,
with
Sonic CD, it's pretty much like it did with the loading screen, where
Yeah.
you see the little planet.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Indeed, it wasn't the level select screen. But yeah, with the landmark specifically highlighted, and the rest is being like the nondescript emptiness. Because you have to see what's important.
It does look like a level select screen.
Yep.
I didn't consider that because I was taking it for what it is, just a whole bunch of random places that he shoved into a dome.
That is what it is, but
I know.
it works.
But,
for
like-
both.
It does look like a level select screen.
Yeah, if you ever want to make an Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog video game, there you go. Here's your levels. But yeah, good point you made that the other cities are never really highlighted. I mean, you see a little bit of the oil being drilled, but that's the only time we see anything that's not the miners.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the episode, they just return the coal mine, and then Tails is like, well, that's the last of them.
Yeah, that is weird because, like, in the episode, like, Robotnik talks about like firing up his machine. It's like, okay, like the coal mine is gonna be his first victim of the shrinking thing. But then, like, when Sonic like sends them back in the end of the episode, and then the dome's completely empty, you're like, wait, did Robotnik already shrunk a bit of other locations before going for the coal mine? Because the episode seems to imply this is his first time doing it.
No. The coal mine was the last place he needed.
Oh, okay, I must have missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was still waking up when watching the episode.
understandable.
Indeed.
Another bit is like, when Tails got his tails stuck with webbing, I'm surprised he didn't think of asking Sonic to like undo them for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of silly,
At-
yeah.
At the
Yeah,
very
weird plot
least,
hole
like,
there.
at the very least, just like have Sonic stand there and Tails just like rub his tails up against Sonic's quills.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh, like Sonic just takes one of his quills and cuts it through, slices and dices.
But
It's also
no,
the
we
Julian
gotta.
flies.
Yeah, we can't have things being too easy.
Otherwise, this episode would have ended.
We have to give him a big challenge, like having to run. That'll teach Sonic.
I like how surprised Robotnik was when his threat worked. He's just he's gonna hit the dome with an earthquake, and Sonic's like, you know what? Fuck yeah, you got me.
Nice
Robotnik's like, I won? Yes, I did win, didn't I?
Caught off guard. Poor Robotnik.
Yeah, did he say what I thought he said?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the script again.
Yeah.
What's my line?
I was surprised by how many lines from this episode are in Win the Race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
at
no
least
race
4 of them.
involved.
Yeah, I think next stream we'll actually get to the episode where Robotnik actually says win the race.
Hooray.
Heck yeah. Woo.
A legendary moment.
Yeah. And hey, if I'm doing the intro for that and I run out of ideas, then I'll just use Chet Video's video of it. There, that's your intro.
You just gotta make a YTP of the Win the Race song instead.
No, I'm just gonna play the Win the Race song.
Oh, cheating.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
But yeah, since Sal is all over that song, I'll let him do the intro for that.
All right.
Love.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just love the expression of Robotnik looking through his binoculars, and when he starts laughing, his arms don't look connected, so like they're coming out of his ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some reason his pupils are like diagonal, which just makes him look all duh.
Like how the eyes of a goat.
Yeah.
Like he's becoming one.
Nightmare fuel indeed.
There's also one of the few times we had to see Robotnik wearing goggles, and I've compared it to like other Robotniks as well who got their goggles on.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because yeah, with the Eggman design, like I only remember him wearing goggles in like SA2, like at least when it comes to the games. I know he did it a few times in Archie Sonic, but yeah.
And a few additional times in Sonic Boom, but again, that was also pretty rare.
I remember.
We don't talk about that.
I remember seeing a very old web comic called Ashes of the Fourth War, which is like based on this Robotnik OC. And the reason he doesn't wear his goggles down is because when he has them up, it makes him look like a sex magnet. But when he has them on, it makes him look like a total dork. I suppose I can also say I like the bit where Sonic and Tails control Scratch and Grounder like mechs.
Yeah, that was a fun idea. I did not expect that. I was really confused the first time I suddenly heard Grounder talk with Tails' lines because I didn't really catch on what was happening yet.
Oh yeah, but I do find that weird because like when Sonic takes over Scratch, he's like holding a microphone to like make Scratch say all those lines, and yet for Tails, he's not holding one. He's just doing his Grounder impression, I guess.
Yeah.
I suppose if I was pooping that episode, I might have made a reference to Pacific Rim.
Sure. Why not? Mech Warriors.
Yeah, or a Shadow of the Colossus reference, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a fun idea. Of course, at least it's not amused that Grounder's drilling Robotnik's butt.
Yeah.
Right up the butt.
I still have it recovered from.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That traumatized.
Yeah, large Margulies, yeah.
I'm sorry, I still haven't recovered from that.
Traumatize you for
It's a nice greeting card.
Please don't.
A festive Christmas card with that picture on it.
Oh, please don't. Just keep the Elise is not amused.
Oh, now you're just really tempting me now.
Oh no, please don't. I don't think I could live with that.
I'll draw you more normal next time.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, so like the scene where Sonic and Tails like exit Scratch and Grounder after they do their thing, and like we see Sonic run out the mouth, and then Tails comes out of Grounder's hole in the side of the head. I'm like, wait, is that supposed to be like his ear or something?
I guess so.
Yeah, it was weird that like Sonic took the obvious exit out, and then Tails, who we never see enter Grounder. He just comes out of his tiny little hole in the side of his head.
Maybe he drilled it in himself. Anyway, also
bring
up again that Tails yet again shows him to be very mechanically savvy in these episodes. Like he immediately knows how to reprogram Robotnik's machine and all that. It's really odd that we already see him so being good at machinery even before his official characterization as a tech guy.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not that mechanically advanced. It's just, find the switch that says mind control override. There, you're done.
Yeah, but even outside of
Here's
that,
the problem: it's been set to evil.
work. He also immediately knows how to reverse the shrink ray and all that. So,
oh yeah.
I mean, considering in this show he's not officially supposed to be like good at tech, the fact that there's so many of those moments there is kind of interesting. I think they're already setting
the
it up.
times that he is, they make a point of saying that he is, which is really weird.
That too. So it's kind of interesting. Early Tails. They really got a lot of his later characterizations down. Yeah. Anyway,
I have to say though, this episode to me was like puns the episode because they kept throwing in puns every few seconds.
Your tiny legs here.
Indeed. They love their puns.
Rotten egg recipes.
Chicken jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, before there was Pun Tap, there was this episode.
Well, I will say though, like after watching this and comparing it to like Sonic Colors, I will say though, at least this show gives payoffs to its puns.
Not to mention, it remembers it's supposed to be a physical show, so you actually get physical humor, not just talk humor. So yeah, this one always wins over Pontaf. Definitely.
But yeah, and for some reason, when I was watching the episodes, it was actually in the last episode. I didn't mention this before, but it was when Sonic said, "Well, at least I was able to save one plate." Then one of the babies threw it and broke the plate.
Oh, right.
Threw a rock and broke the plate. Then it reminded me of your comedy Dissected from Sonic Colors, where you mentioned if someone says, "I shall never get hit by an apple on the nose," something has to happen. You get hit by an apple on the nose. Other things start hitting his nose, or maybe he gets apples hit all over his body except his nose. So
there's got to be a payoff to that when you state something like that. And here they are. So.
Yeah, and so it's like, and you were talking about Sonic Colors when
like I gotta call him McNose hair, and then there's
McNose hair.
Yeah.
It's like, something has to happen.
Well, there is
but
a
yeah,
payoff in Lost World.
But it's like, yeah, at least with Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, I will admit though, it's that it does have payoffs to its jokes, and sometimes immediately afterwards.
Yep. It definitely does. Much better sense of humor, even though it's a little weird and out there sometimes. But
yeah,
at least it's physical.
But I never understood those comments back then when like Sonic Colors first came out, and people were like, "Oh yeah, it's just like Adventures on the Hedgehog," and I'm like, "No, it's a completely different beast." Like Adventures of Sonic is funny. Sonic Colors is just fucking pisses me off. Yeah, unless it's the DS version. That's like the superior version of the game.
Yeah, the DS version is actually pretty good. I've played both the Wii version and the DS version.
I've never actually played the DS version.
It's basically
also in the DS version, the other characters appear. Yay!
Silver.
The DS version is technically Sonic Rush 3.
Basically,
yeah.
Yeah, it has the it uses the same engine and gameplay mechanics as the Rush games. But Sonic's friends actually appear, so hooray! The park doesn't feel abandoned.
Oh, and
including Silver.
And what I like about the DS version is that it actually makes the theme park rides interactive parts of the gameplay, which I was always missing in the Wii version. You have a Sonic game set in a theme park, use the rides. And the DS version did, so yay, good job. But enough about bashing colors.
The Wii version did in Asteroid Coaster, but that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
A roller coaster bit. True.
I love the drawing of Melty.
Well, I have to screen cap that because there's a massive delay on my end.
Well, you see a tiny picture of yourself down, but
Yeah.
Well, I'm using my phone, so I can't really see much of it.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's something we should address really quick. Melty's audio quality is different today because he is in his car, and
I'm just mostly just trying out a few things, but I think this might be probably a good time to announce that due to my current situations and whatnot, I might have to start the stream like an hour early. So
from now on.
For next.
From now on. Yeah. Unless like something else changes, but we'll just leave it at that. So sorry it took us like over an hour to explain why I might sound different and whatnot.
I mean, Sylvia did mention it in the chat, or Double Silly.
I guess fans of my channel know it's always terrible audio with me. Oh well. But this time it's your fault. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see it now. It's always Roger that gives me that like weird chiseled chin look every time he draws me. I wish I had that in real life.
Oh, you had pictures of you in real life, didn't we?
Because I did send you like a reference. Yeah, I sent you like a picture of myself in my minor getup when I guest starred on Sonic Dissected for the IDW talk. So, that episode. Not only is like the audio extremely quiet for some reason, but oh boy, that episode has not aged well considering my current thoughts on the IDW comics.
I guess so. Oh, I have to
Yeah.
start somewhere. I mean,
It's a real shame. Yeah, it's a real shame because like I started off, like positive and optimistic, like I'm gonna get like more stories again, and then like nowadays it's like new issue comes out and I'm just like,
ooh, that bad? Oh my! Guess it's about time we
well,
You're still
I
talking about
find them pretty
IDW,
boring.
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about IDW. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have thoughts about
And there's
AEW?
just so many things that just really annoy the hell out of me. It's like, oh, it worked just fine in Archie Sonic. Like, why are you putting so many restrictions? Like, why are you getting rid of Blaze's world and for the sake of keeping her in Sonic's world because vacation or for the sake of quote unquote canon? Yeah, that's always been my biggest gripe with IDW Sonic. Like, they started off fine, but then when Sega was like, oh no, we're gonna make every Sonic media be quote unquote canon, with like no actual real commitment to it, then yeah, that really drained out a lot of the creative freedom that IDW could have had.
It's a bit of a shame, yeah.
I guess this would be a good time for me to make a confession.
Uh-oh.
Is that I've
You
kind of
actually
given
are
up.
amused by the jokes?
No, it's I've kind of given up on the mainstream Sonic. Like, I've kind of given up on the games, comics, and whatnot just because of their obsession with trying to tie everything together, even though it's a cluster mess of everything. And also, I think they flanderized characters, including Sonic, way too much. They clearly flanderized my boy Silver. I'm sorry, but they did. And so I've kind of just given up, which is why I decided to write my own fan fiction, because I'm like, you know what? I've had enough. And I wanted to at least have something where things made sense and it wasn't trying to be canon with like the rest of the stories. Like, that's why I started back with Legacy and Sonic Adventure 1. So so that's kind of my confession. I still keep up with the movies, and because for me the movies, they are a separate beast altogether, and they actually seem to get Sonic and the others. That's kind of my confession, which is probably why when you guys ask me, it's like, have you heard about this recent Sonic thing? And I say no, it's because I've kind of just stopped following. Because I know that it's like, okay, it's not really going to lead anywhere. They're going to say, oh, this is canon, or like, this will make sense if you see this extra content. And so, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to bother anymore because you're just going to give me homework afterwards. And I don't really, I don't, okay. I love supplementary material. I love, as you know, I'm a lore person, which is why I went out of my way to design the world of Sonic Legacy while I was writing it. But I hate feeling like I'm getting homework, where it's like, you could have explained this in the source material itself, but no, it feels like an afterthought just because you didn't know what you were doing at the time, and so you arbitrarily tried to write it off. And that's what bugs me. And so that's my confession with the Sonic thing, is that I've given up on like the official Sonic. I've just now kind of been keeping, like, I still love Sonic, don't get me wrong, but not in its current incarnation with the games and comics. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, like for me, like the one thing that was kind of the final nail in the coffin for me to like really stop giving a shit about IDW comics was the whole fiasco with Sage. Like, it took them so long to get him in there, and then they said, oh, no, we want to try and have some continuity, like, reference where this might happen and whatnot. But then Sage's like, no, we want it to be, continuity lights. And I'm just like, so you're trying to make everything canon, but you also want the stuff to be continuity lights. I mean, come on, you can't have your cake and eat it too, Sega. So that's why I just stopped caring about that. And in terms of the games, it's mostly just like recent titles like, Crossworlds and like Rumble, the games that really buckle down on the live service bullshit and microtransaction stuff, which I'm really bitter about because I feel like that's just the trend of modern gaming these days. I'm just so sick and tired of it. Yeah, especially with Rumble, like they always gotta throw in like, like new characters added in, or new costumes, like but they're only for a limited time, so you better, cough out that extra money if you really want that character in costume. Whatever happened to the days where you could just unlock everything by doing a simple task, complete a time trial, or beat an enemy 10 times, or do something else, not having to pay extra money for a game I already bought.
Indeed. Maybe
Mhm.
worthy of a dissected one day. In fact, I kind of... Yeah, go ahead, Luke.
Well, I was going to say, I want to make one more reference to the episode.
Oh, it's the episode. I almost forgot.
Yeah, we're talking about
Right. Back to our program. Yeah.
Well, I want to say, like, so basically anyone could run as fast as Sonic as long as they got his shoes.
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah.
Seems-
That was it. That was your thought.
Basically, like,
I guess we just ran out of ideas to talk about the episode.
yeah, it's gone completely different. It's like, well, I kind of one more bit like you were talking and talking. I thought, okay, I went to kind of done.
Yeah. Sorry.
Basically, turn it to a therapy
okay.
session.
Well, I guess if it's any consolation, Melting Man, I just want you to know you're not alone.
Yeah, thanks.
You're not alone.
Maybe you'll make it dissected.
Yeah, I try to keep telling
sometime.
myself that I'm not alone, even though it feels like it. Like, especially with other things, but yeah.
I guess so. But yeah, indeed, it is weird to see all the mole men suddenly become fast just because they wear shoes.
Yeah, I guess that was like back then. It's like, oh yeah, it's all in the shoes that make Sonic go fast and whatnot.
Yeah, without the shoes, you get Sonic Labyrinth.
Yeah, I mean, even that happened for
Yeah.
one of the characters in one of the early Fleetway comics, basically swiping Sonic's shoes and then Sonic just running as fast as he does, but keeps crashing into everything.
The old lore. I don't think it's canon anymore. Although the Sonic movie also made a big deal out of Sonic's shoes. Although he could run before.
Oh yeah, giving him like the origins of his shoes. Yeah.
He just randomly got it from a child who randomly had it. What a great origin. Sonic Team must be
Yeah,
proud.
you can wear these so that your feet don't hurt. Yeah.
From the heart of a child. Did that kid even show up in the later movies? I don't remember in the movie.
No,
too.
she didn't appear in 3.
I know she showed up in yeah, she was first in the sequel, but yeah, she was completely absent in the third film.
You're not important anymore. Give the shoes, now you can buzz off.
Unless they give a reason as to why she suddenly was once like a 6 or 7 year old and now suddenly she's like in her teens.
Oh, that's right. And it's supposed to take
Yeah.
take place.
Yeah,
so
she
far
shows
away
up
from
and then
us.
is yeah, and then she's promptly forgotten about, like Crazy Carl. Of course, the only thing that bastard did was just, oh look, remember Sonic? Yeah, remember Meme? Yeah.
Poor Melt.
Yeah. And nothing was it. How was it? And nothing of value was lost when he disappeared from the franchise.
I still kind of like Crazy Carl. I mean, it brought in a bit of an Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog thing to it with a slapstick, trying to catch Sonic.
Imagine him being friends with Big.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. And the most I know is that, like, the original version of the film, he was gonna be a little more active, like, back when they had the original design. But yeah, after the redesigns, I guess he got the short end of the stick and cut it out a good chunk of his scenes.
Mm-hmm. I will say though, it was through Crazy Carl we actually did get a more tasteful version of the Sonic meme.
That's true.
Yeah, right.
Also, speaking of Crazy Carl, I just learned something absolutely insane.
Oh boy.
What is that?
There was an old movie, a Jamie Kennedy movie called Kicking It Old School, and the character is from that movie. Crazy Carl is from an old movie called Kicking It Old School.
Oh, okay.
It's same actor, same character.
So they're canon with Sonic now.
I guess Sonic takes place in the same universe as Kicking It Old School.
Oh, so when movie 4 comes out, I have to watch Kicking Old School first just to get the full lore of this universe.
Yeah, I gotta watch that movie now. I'm so curious.
Is it made by the same director then? I guess.
No.
I mean, looking
Probably
at
not,
the
yeah,
cover, it does look like the way how they use the humans in the Sonic movie. So.
No Jeff Fowler in the credits.
You just really liked that movie, I guess. Okay.
Unless it was like amazingly purely coincidental.
I can't imagine that is a coincidence to have two characters played by the same actor with the same name and role.
Well, I guess we have to see it and see if he's also trying to catch hedgehogs in that movie.
So,
At least I show up in a movie, apparently. See the fat guy with a hat in the background? That looks so cool. Oh, well. Shall we move on? Because I think we can't really focus on this episode right now.
Yeah, I guess that means I'm going to have to duck out. So, yeah. So before I leave, just one last plug of, go see a new episode of Archie Sonic Character Files where me and you talk about all the different E-Series robots that have appeared in Archie Sonic. So, yeah, so it's that. And, yeah, I think that's all I got. I'm trying to get back to making videos again. But, yeah. So, okay, till next time. And the new time, or whatever, yeah.
Hopefully so. Toodaloo to you, Melty.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye, Melty.
Bye, Melty.
But yeah. Archie's Sonic Files, make sure to watch that. Watch it now after this, though, of course.
not now, but like...
Obviously, like... Watch it after. But then after when it's done, I'll have to remember to remind people to go and watch it.
Oh, poor Melty. His meme video got double the amount of views as his actual character files.
Well, to be fair, it is like a current meme going on, so makes sense. Because even he was like gobsmacked at that his video on Twitter got like over 5,000 likes.
I guess he had this face expression that I drew him in today. Oh my goodness, so much wanted to do. Yeah, I guess I have to remove Melty now. He's not going to be in it for the rest of the video. Bye, Melty. No. Delete it. Well, let's go to the comics, I guess.
Just want to see the full-sized version.
Zero Zone. Who is going to do the synopsis for this one?
That'll be me.
That'll be you. How dare you, sir?
I know, how dare I basically do Sonic stories. Indeed. From Fleetway.
Oh, you're British.
I mean, the story itself is also referencing a very British TV show.
Of course it is. And that explains all the outfits, I guess. Well, Ewan, explain it to us, because my non-British brains cannot comprehend what's going on.
And I say shame on you for that. Anyway, Zero Zone. Sonic is running around in search of some folks that went missing in the area, where he turns around a corner and gets sucked into an electrical-looking triangle that suddenly warps him into a zone that he's never been or seen before, where he's then greeted by 5 random folks wearing yellow blazers and black shirts with big red numbers on them. They attempt to put a blazer on Sonic as it's the rules, but Sonic refuses and makes a run for it, though realizes he can't leave without the missing citizens, and narrowly avoids getting blasted by a Roman-like statue, in which he smashes it in retaliation. Sonic starts to demand answers from the Blazer Patrol of who is in charge and wanting names, but the Badger says names are forbidden and that they are numbered citizens, although Sonic wants to be counted out of being made a number and getting one citizen annoyed by the Hedgehog's behaviour. Citizen 2 drops that he'll adapt like they were when they came, with Sonic realizing these 5 Blazers are the missing citizens, but having been brainwashed into liking their new life in this mysterious zone. Sonic asks who is number 1, but number 6 stutters that information is classified while looking at a building, which Sonic proceeds to run towards to find out who's behind this, but a giant pink balloon named the Guardian comes towards the blue hedgehog as he scoffs that he's dealt with worse and spins into the balloon, which pops like a bubblegum balloon, resulting in him getting stuck. Before he can spin out of it, he gets punched by the ground, knocking him out cold. A strange voice tells Citizen 2 and 6 to take Sonic into the building to be brainwashed immediately. Which they both obey. Later on, Sonic wakes up where he knows where. Hold on a second.
Where he turned into
So,
007?
his name is Hedgehog, Sonic Hedgehog. No, I think that's how I wrote it though. I think I mucked it up a bit.
Our second
So-
James Bond reference today. Thanks, Asano.
But yeah, later on, Sonic starts to wake up where he knows he's wearing a yellow blazer and a shirt with the number 7, acknowledging that the Zone of Perfection is now his home and that he is Citizen 7. Dun dun dun. But anyway, Sonic now Citizen 7 is being shown and told about the strict routine of waking up at 6 a.m. every morning to watch and measure the growing grass, as well as counting all the clouds. As long as they obey the rules, they'll have a happy life. Sonic inquires if Citizen 1 makes the rules and whether or not he can finally meet him, which makes the citizens realize that he asked a forbidden question and that the brainwashing has failed, with Sonic immediately dropping the outfit. Stone bars appear from the ground to stop the hedgehog, but he effortlessly smashes them with his spin attack. Sonic tries to convince the brainwashed citizens in escaping with him, but they refuse to. Even though they wanted to, a force field surrounds the area, which Sonic sees it as a challenge he's up for. The strange voice is heard saying that the system is adjusted to repel Sonic's spin attack, so Sonic instead uses a new move he was working on, the blast attack, on the force field, causing everything to become fuzzy, with the hedgehog believing the whole village was some sort of solid light hologram, in which Citizen 1 reveals itself, much to the other citizens covering their eyes as they feel like they're not worthy. However, Sonic puts them straight by telling them it's a computer program in which Citizen 1 admits it's true, as it was created by Robotnik months ago, but was abandoned by him as the program wanted to create a happy zone and that they captured and brainwashed citizens to stay in the village as he was just feeling lonely. With the blue hedgehog believing the program meant no harm, despite being blasted by lasers from a statue and punched in the face by the ground, he suggests the program to create a zone where citizens are willing to visit, so Citizen 1 creates, using its solid light technology, starts to create another Carnival Light Zone type zone, which has many people flocking to it. Sonic admits that while it may not be peaceful, he can at least have a chili dog that's not a hologram. The end.
But how is it not a hologram? Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is the question. It's a forbidden question.
Oh,
So
of
you,
course.
do you want to explain to the audience what this whole story is referencing, or should I?
I'll let you do it because got a bit
Okay, this whole story is based on a British, I think 60s or 70s TV show called The Prisoner, where a character played by Patrick McGoohan, I think, he quit his job and then he was captured and dumped into this perfect-looking island. It's all idyllic with all these happy little people, all with various numbers. And he was given a number, and there's a famous quote where he goes, "I am not a number, I am a free man." And every episode he tries to escape, but the leader who runs the village, who goes by the name Number 2, who usually changes every episode, usually tries to stop him and sends this guardian, which is just this big giant white ball that's often known as Rover, to bring him back. And he does this for every single episode, and I think he does eventually escape by the end. It's also referenced in a Simpson episode where Homer was taken to this sort of village.
Yeah. Because apparently he discovered stuff when he created his own website.
Yeah. And there was a bit where the scientist said, "Why do we have this giant ball to attack people?" And when the other person goes, "Oh, why don't you shut up?" And also, the big noticeable thing about this story is that in some shots where you see Sonic facing forwards, they just took the cover of Sonic 3D and just chased it over and just put it on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, at any panel where he's just facing the camera, they just trace the cover of Flicky's Island. Other than that, though, I actually think Sonic looks really on model, surprisingly on model in all of these panels. I also kind of like the design of his spin ball whenever he does it, like when he destroys the statue. It's just like the circle with 3 spines on the back. It's kind of cool looking. Also, in this story and in another story we're going to be talking about later, Sonic never opens his mouth, and that bugs me.
True.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
He's saying a lot for someone with his mouth closed.
Don't know, maybe Sega didn't want him opening his mouth too often.
He's just mentally communicating through brain powers.
I guess he's just being a really good ventriloquist.
Or that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Practicing his act.
Exactly. So what do you think? You didn't see my mouth move, did you?
Yeah, it's creepy.
I know it's creepy, and I like it creepy.
I'm still working on the bees.
Yeah, it's interesting that Citizen 1 looks, well, rather creepy. He just wants to, like, have friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, his eyes gradually going further, like, drooping further with each panel before Sonic says, oh, do something else to make people willingly come to your zone. It's like, oh, okay.
He's like, oh, why didn't I think of that? It's interesting that, like, he immediately knows how to do it. He just didn't consider it.
To be fair, he was programmed by Robotnik, so it's probably not probably not
first nature to him.
First conclusion he's supposed to come to, yeah. Still, what a nice happy ending. If only the character from the British show thought of that.
Yeah.
Those endless British references in this comic. Completely goes over our heads.
But yeah, it's kind of funny if, like, Sonic just, like, dismisses, like, oh, don't worry, I don't think this program's that bad, even though despite the fact, like, it tried to blast Sonic with lasers and then just uses the ground just to knock him out cold.
I guess at this point he's so used to everyone trying to kill him, it's not barely even making an impression on him anymore.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Insert joke about IDW here.
I hear a groan of pain from Elise. Oh dear. Yeah. Shall we move on to the next one? Luke says,
What
was that?
Brave. I said, I suppose so. Ewan also said something, I think.
Can do, yeah.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
But it's time for Sir Luke to do
Yes.
his wonderful voice for Brave Hog.
Yeah. Okay. This is the story of Brave Hog. Our story begins around lunchtime, where a mysterious hooded figure is being chased by derpy-looking frog badniks. Sonic comes in, smashing them up, rescuing him. As the green flickies fly away, the hooded figure asks if this happens often. Sonic answers that this usually happens on a Wednesday. Sonic says that Robotnik is trying to extend his reach outside of Flicky's Island and is not going to succeed with him around. The hooded figure asks Sonic why he puts himself on the line all the time and what's in it for him. Sonic answers that it's in his blood, and that he is descended from a great family known as the Joestars, or not. He tells the hooded figure about the legend of Brave Hog, which is definitely not based on a Mel Gibson movie. This tale begins 600 years ago when Mobius used to look like 12th century Scotland, and the Mobians used to live in tribes. The Badger tribe has been oppressed and been raided by the cruel armies of the hyenas. Even the horses have sided with them, being paid in oats. The hyenas burn their houses, as well as pillaging and stealing. The lands at the time were ruled by an evil ruler named King Lear. He seeks joy with the burning of villages, the suffering of his people, and the high prices of energy bills. The tribes at the time do not care or are concerned with helping each other due to their racial beliefs, and they got what's coming to them. The stags believe due to their status they are protected from the hyenas, but they were wrong, as the village was also burned down, as they don't care about status. All are put to the flame. But there is one tribe that still holds out against the invaders, a small community of hedgehog rebels led by their leader, William Warhog, also known as Brave Hog, Sonic's ancestor. Brave Hog wants to unite the tribes against King Lear, but the hedgehogs say that the tribes only care about themselves and not help them. Braveheart wants to set an example, but the hedgehogs walk away from him and it's not worth the risk. Meanwhile, King Lear sets up new laws like it's forbidden for cats to meow, birds to fly, and dogs to lift their leg. A dog villager wants to know why, but apparently questioning the king is seen as treason, and for such defiance, Lear will wipe out the fox tribe. So he sends his troop to put the Spalpeens to the sword. Then Braveheart comes in, knocking the hyena soldier off his horse. The foxes are amazed to see a hedgehog helping them. Braveheart tells the foxes they can defeat the hyenas if they work together against them. The foxes are reluctant to, as the hedgehogs are from a different tribe. The foxes are too cowardly to help Braveheart, as he is taken prisoner by the hyenas. Braveheart is taken before King Lear, who wants to shave off his spikes for his disobedience, and for the king to show his power over the land. Braveheart says that he may shave off his spikes, but he will never take his freedom, and asks why he ordered so many hyenas to capture one hedgehog. The villagers agree that this is just the work of bullies, and decide to band together to take on the hyenas. They free Braveheart and battle the hyenas, inspired by Braveheart's battle cry, "Clear off!" Realising the tribes no longer fear them, King Lear and the hyenas were overthrown and they flee to the hills. And that is why, thanks to Braveheart, the animals of Mobius live together as one community. The hooded figure sees Braveheart as a cool character, and why Sonic takes after him. The hooded figure reveals himself to be a hyena, saying that he can't say the same for his own ancestors. Sonic says it's not the hyena's fault his ancestors were deadheads. The hyena says that Braveheart was the coolest hedgehog ever, which Sonic agrees with. Until he came along. The end.
I call BS. Because Sonic was not meant to be blue originally. It was only after the lab accident. It's not in
Yeah, they kind of changed that, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
granted though, it's like the quills are still like more like a purplish tone as opposed to, blue or even brown.
I guess so.
Maybe it's like a last minute panic, like colouring all the hedgehogs blue, but then realising, oh crap, they're not supposed to be that colour.
Yeah, make them brown, but they're already blue. Just put brown on them.
Just try and make them look brown.
I guess so.
So now we've got purple hedgehogs.
Even though that Mick Mahon is known for being one of the most ugliest artists on the comic, it kind of fits here as the art style kind of resembles like the Bayeux tapestry, was what I drew inspiration on for the thumbnail.
Yeah, that was very clever.
Yeah, basically his first proper work on drawing a Sonic comic that wasn't Decap Attack.
Yeah. Guess he had fun with that.
Yeah. I suppose it kind of also has Redwall vibes, as you got medieval animal characters.
It does kind of do, yeah. Anyway, I kind of like the idea of Sonic having an ancient ancestors and all that, even though I don't think it really fits with the backstory I still so far.
No, I mean, I feel like they kind of want to be able. They weren't very didn't explain much about what Sonic's family history, so they were very creative about it, and they just want to make a Braveheart parody.
Probably, yeah. I was fully expecting also the story to be fake by the end, I was just making it up, but then they went in the other direction. It's no. The hooded guy is involved all along.
Yeah, because I don't know if it was ever explained in other continuities. I mean, I know that in Archie that apparently Mobius is post-apocalyptic Earth, and all the animals are it's kind of like a Planet of the Apes kind of thing, but with other animals.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, hey, Kupanoka, thanks for the comment. But yeah, kind of fun, I guess, for just a one-off. Guess we have to shouldn't be thinking too seriously about it, but it's fun.
Yeah, and also the ending where the hooded figure reveals himself to be a hyena. So it's kind of like when you meet a person who has not very proud of his ancestral history of his country, but doesn't mean they should be held accountable for it. Their ancestors' actions.
Silly has to wear the hood to keep himself in shadows forever. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Until Sonic forgives him, and then immediately white doves start showing in the background. Doves of peace.
Yeah.
How symbolic.
I think one bit I do like is when King Lear was like talking out his crazy laws, and one of the citizens starts questioning him and says, "Hey," and the subtle dude was like, "Hey, this guy just betrayed you. Yeah, I saw him do it."
But yeah, I feel sorry for Saul. Just before the previous story, he was already upset that Sonic never opens his mouth, and now he gets a whole tribe of Sonic that never open their mouth.
Yeah. That I didn't mention, another story would be covering today. Also did this. Yeah, here it is. No,
and not just one Sonic, but a bunch of them.
And then the hyenas are all talking through gritted teeth.
Not all the time. There are a couple where you do have normal open mouths, but yeah, usually with gritted teeth, indeed. But Sonic just doesn't bother.
I mean, as I said, it's kind of like seeing like panels from a tapestry in a way.
Indeed, it does. It does have like an old-timey view, like it's old lore, like a tapestry or old stone illustration he finds in a temple. Hence your beautiful
it's part of the tapestry.
Yes.
And also at the very beginning, you've got like these really derpy-looking frog bandits as well.
Yeah, there you can really tell it's the decap artist. Yeah. Also fun to see the Flicky Island. The Flickies make a cameo. They look so derpy.
Big fat
It's quite noticeable. They just keep using the green ones for some reason.
The most iconic looking ones, I guess. Oh well. Fit with the kind of robots they were, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I suppose it's also funny that with the hedgehog tribe, all of them look like Sonic.
Yeah.
An army of Sonic clones.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Amun-Ra from Sonic Underground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there's sometimes in like some Sonic cartoons, they make it out like, oh, Sonic has Egyptian ancestry.
Yeah, upcoming in Adventure Sonic Tactic as well. I guess he does. Not sure what's so Egyptian about a hedgehog, but oh well. Who knows? Shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
With a very British title, Spot of Bother.
Spot of bother indeed.
With a very horrifying looking Robotnik in panel 1.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I thought that was the most ridiculous thing I ever saw. It reminded me of like Nine's floating head in Sonic Prime with all the floating clouds.
Oh my gosh.
And I thought that was rather ridiculous. What if that's actually Robotnik's head floating in the sky?
Oh, I'd be surprised. I mean, imagine if that was like the first comic you were reading, and then it's like talking about Dr. Robotnik, and they assumed that was him, basically just a giant head floating in the sky, just laughing.
Indeed. Also, kind of weird they use that old drawing of Amy again with a weird outfit that almost looks like a cave for a woman. Outfit.
Yeah.
Even though she doesn't wear it
think
in
that
this episode. What is it?
They must really like it that much.
I guess
For them to just keep reusing it.
But the actual Amy wears cargo pants in this one. Pretty cool looking.
So yeah. Doing this one as well.
Yes, so you want to bring your Britishness to the spot of bother.
I mean, I'll try to be as British as possible, but that's going to be very difficult. Because when I type stuff down, I just write what I see. And try to make sure it's condensed enough so that you don't whinge at me for just basically just telling the entire story like to exact perfect detail.
Indeed. I will be very upset. I will have Robotnik's face expression staring at you.
What your face being like that? Just a big giant head going like, come on, you and make me laugh more.
Correct.
Okay, let's go. Spot of bother. Robotnik launches a new set of badniks from Flicky's Island on a mission of menace. While the Doctor's giant head floats in the sky laughing as Amy is ready to pop him. But sadly, no, as we continue back with the two new badniks as they start to attack a local village, which fortunately Amy Rose and Techno the Canary are around to warn people to stay indoors while they deal with the issue. However, one guy chooses to stay out in the open looking through a pair of binoculars. Amy tackles the guy out of the way of a laser blast but loses her crossbow as the badnik makes another pass. Fortunately, Techno has a new weapon she's been meaning to try out, which successfully destroys the badnik, freeing the flicky inside. However, the guy starts raging at them for destroying the badnik as he introduces himself as Norris Wimple, president of the Badnik Spotters Club, which he is the only member so far, as he's been collecting the serial numbers of badniks, which he admits he just makes up so he can just tick them off. He then heads off back home to make a list of the lists he had made, which results in Techno doing the cuckoo sign as the two say bye to Norris. Later that evening, Norris, realizing having wasted so much time with badnik spotting with Amy and Techno, he starts to employ a strategy to attract more badniks by dressing himself up as Sonic with his homemade outfit. With Amy and Techno spotting him dressed up like that on top of a hill, with them believing no badnik would be that stupid enough to fall for that outfit, only for the badnik to swoop in and grab the excited Norris, though soon becomes scared as he's not good with heights. Amy shoots the badnik with her crossbow, freeing both the flicky inside and Norris, which Techno catches. Later on, Norris tells the girls that he's given up on badnik spotting and will instead follow the footsteps of sporting legends, which Techno doesn't see him as the sporting type, only for him to reveal his new hobby is measuring and listing the book. I really am wondering if I just really wrote this whilst I was half asleep or something, because of how I write this sort of stuff down.
Poor you.
But anyway,
yeah,
only for him to reveal his new hobbies, measuring and listing the marks from the sports players on the football field, which Amy thinks to herself, once a geek, always a geek. The end.
Well, Sala, good news and bad news. Bad news, Sonic still always has his mouth closed. Good news, there's at least a good reason for it this time. So, and Amy can open her mouth. So,
yeah.
So,
And of course, the return of Norris Wimple as he appeared in an earlier one with the weather episode, believing that it was Doomsday.
Oh right, yeah.
At least now he's been given a name.
How exhilarating! Everyone's favorite character.
Yeah. I really like Techno's nifty jacket, especially in that one panel where she gets out this Super Soaker blaster gun.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, oh, she's just going to shoot acid out of it? Nope, laser.
I mean, it could have been acid. But then again, how would that flicky survived? It would literally just been incinerated.
Maybe it was a blue flicky and he's green.
Maybe it's like pure radiation.
Yeah.
So that flicky's going to die in the next few minutes.
Yes. Yeah. That's why he looks so tired already. He feels his life draining away.
I also like the look of the badniks as well. They kind of predate Moo Robotnik's drones in a way.
Yeah, kind of.
Just basically I always keep on when I look at them. I always assume the laser hole is just the mouth, so it's going it's just they're cheerful, yeah, we're gonna cause menace.
You hear Salas complain, oh here, I'll show you an open mouth.
And apparently Norris Wimble has made his own Sonic costume.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like our true geek. I'm proud of him.
But
he knew Sonic's shoes were a boot because he actually does have red pants as well to showcase it's a boot. He knew it before we did. He's a true geek.
Yeah.
One thing I of course noticed, I don't think any Sonic fan seems to have done that yet, which is just not bothering to have any actual eyes on the costume, so you just see the person inside.
That is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I do kind of like the joke of Norris saying he's going to follow in the footsteps of sporting legends, by which he means he's going to literally follow their footsteps.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that explains what was going on and why I was stumbling over that last bit, was because I misspelled boot with book. So it's like, and the list of bookmarks. So it's like, list of bookmarks, what?
All the sports players' bookmarks. I mean, he looks like a person who collects bookmarks.
He does.
And also you've got like Norris on the bottom left panel by the end, where it looks like he has his mouth open, going ah.
Oh yeah, quite terrifying, really.
Get me out of this art style.
Just throwing a very alien sound and just having zoom right in with like the camera shaking, and it just makes that.
Yeah. Also, apparently, Amy might be Christian due to her shirt having a crucifix on it.
Well, only in the first half. In the second half, she's satanic because it's just like a red skull.
No, she's gone pirate.
She's turned into a
Yeah.
pirate.
You are a pirate, Amy Rose.
Yeah, plenty of white shirts. I guess she's sweating a lot. It's just changed a lot.
And yeah, definitely the only one that has a more consistent like costume change in some way, at least with terms of the patterns.
Indeed. Fashionable. Even though it's never really shown in her personality type. But Techno doesn't care. She always has the same clothes.
Yeah. Because she's a fan of Dennis the Menace.
Of course. British.
It was based on Minnie the Minx.
Or Minnie the Minx, whichever one she prefers.
And that is the British Dennis the Menace, just saying, for the confused Americans out there. Alrighty. Yeah, that's it. My brain is finished for today, I think.
Yeah.
So it's time to leave it at that.
Yeah.
It was a fun bunch of comics. Nice art style. Like the color use and the sunset. But nothing else to say.
Yeah, not really much else to
But it's a cool
say.
super soaker weapon, yeah.
If only Super Soaker made something like that, although I think the last time they made something that was green was that infamous sort of like goo squirter.
Must have been the 90s. They loved goo in the 90s.
Yeah.
Slime. Was an interesting smell. I remember the 90s. But
'Cause we all
yeah.
grew up.
Indeed. But I'm tired, so I guess it's time to wrap up this stream for now.
Yeah. I'm tired too, since I didn't get as much sleep and I had to get up early to get to London.
Yeah, and I'm a bit tired as well due to travelling all the way back from London.
That too. Well, time to wrap it up. Anyway, Luke, thanks for the thumbnail. You guys all, thanks for joining me, including Melton.
Yeah. I mean, I mainly, as I said, I mainly based it on the Bayeux tapestry, especially mainly the part where King Harold has his eyes shot out, and also I had Mario on there in case we do talk about Mario Galaxies. I had a reference to Halley's Comet, which was also shown in the Bayeux tapestry. And also, if you zoom in on Sonic's staff, Bravehog's staff, I also made a tiny reference to Redwall as well.
Oh, I thought it was a Popeye
I am,
reference.
that is.
Well, I
I got that reference. Yeah, I am, that is.
Yeah, and I also made it, I am what I am.
All right. And it's at least a
Is that a biblical reference?
Well, it also doubles as a Red Dwarf reference because, like, when Descartes said, when he says, "Oh, remember when Descartes said, I am what I am," and Remo says, "No, that's Popeye the Sailor Man."
Yeah. But why is it called Dissected Alive 1066?
It's a joke because the Bayeux Tapestry was about the Battle of Hastings, which took place in 1066.
Right. Okay. I'm a cultural barbarian. I didn't know. Cool.
Also, Luke, I saw you added me in there.
Well, being as the baby is using a bow and arrow, I know you wouldn't approve of that.
Because of health and safety reasons.
Yeah. What are you doing? Sending in child soldiers.
Pretty fun. Thank you for your work, Luke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good job.
Right, see you folks next time.
Oh, and also I put out a video on my channel where I talk about the something that my dad has found in our family loft. I mean, some of you might know, but if those that don't, feel free to check it out.
Well, clickbait here. You will not find out until you watch the video. Alrighty.
Same story with Melting Man's, like Archie Sonic files. Go and give him views and give him lots of praise for all the hard work he does, because he has to put up with me because I took too long, to the point that he was starting to threatening me in a non-threatening way. No, not really. No, I'm just fibbing. He's not that sort of person that would threaten me.
Yeah,
no, he's the more sort of person who just prod me a lot. It's like, go on, Ewan, get those lines done. Come on, I need them.
Yeah.
It's not just me this time.
Yeah, go to Multiman to see his Archie character files with Ewan. Go to Luke's video to find what Indiana Luke found in his basement. Or see.
It was in our loft.
A loft.
In the attic.
In the attic. And of course, you can watch my latest Dissected and make a list of all the facts I got wrong. So yeah, see you next time, folks. Boy.
Yep.
Cheerio!
See you guys later.
Toodaloo. And Sonna says goodbye.